Well guys, the whole point of that whole process, so I could latch them back in there. They used to have an end plate, but I cut it off so I could put this eyelet on it so I could put these ramps on my big trailer, trying to save weight back in the day. But I just cut that eyelet off, welded it on the inside. It's not structural, but it's got plenty of weld on there to keep that thing from sliding out. So, after that adventure, let's go get the little tractor and head to work. Look at all these goosenecks. Dump trailers are by far one of the most versatile trailers around. Get the skid steer package, which means you can stow those ramps in there and they come with the ramps. But you guys saw the latch mechanism. Most brands will have a door that goes up over that and there's no chance of this falling out. I don't really care for this design, even though I know I got the blocking to stop it. Shoot, this one slid forward by the time I got to the gas station and I thought it fell out. Like it slid forward and far enough I couldn't even see it, so that was sketchy. Let's get this thing on there. We haul equipment and then we're gonna haul logs a bit later. I'll tilt to the deck. Rolling up to, I guess, job number one of the day. We got to finish this one. We got about an hour, maybe two. Finish this one and then we're going across the street. The track lift's already there, but this right here, kind of a nasty little section driving down into here. Dad just parked right there. I guess I could just park up top. I'll go down there and turn around. But when I towed in with the little gooseneck, it was really tight. So on the conversation of having gooseneck dump trailer versus a bumper pole dump trailer, look at this little Emma being a butthead. She wants to get in the truck here. Emma, bad dog. Come here, Boone. Come on, get in here. Get in here. Now Emma will go down there. Anyway, because I had a couple people asking why don't I have a gooseneck dump trailer. And the bumper pole is so much easier for pretty much everybody to use, and it follows the truck a lot better than a gooseneck. A gooseneck cuts the corner quite a bit. I couldn't fit one of my bigger goosenecks down here, I know that. But this is a 14-foot dump trailer. That's what the deck is on it, or the bed. And I get this thing pretty much anywhere, but this is what we cleared right here. We just got a little bit more at the top to clear. I'm just gonna come down here and turn around because it's way easier than trying to turn around up there. Plus, if I had a gooseneck dump trailer, it wouldn't just be like, if my dad wanted to tow it, he'd have to take his big sideboards off, remove his little screw-in plate that covers up his gooseneck ball, and then if Andy uses it, the log truck guy, he's got a utility bed, he couldn't actually use it. So the bumper pole makes a lot more sense so that everybody an organization can just hook onto it and go. And the whole bumper pole idea is starting to stand out to me a lot more for smaller equipment, because I don't need the big gooseneck, and then I can still use the bed of my truck to haul stuff. If you got a gooseneck, it kind of limits that. Emma, now you're gonna attack. See how this thing works, since it's got a bigger surface area instead of the little, like a standard skill saw blade. So you guys can see this patch right here. That was what was down this whole driveway. I bought this combi unit and this little skill saw blade thing on the end of it for doing this job right here, rather than using a chainsaw, because we can't get the mulcher right here. So let's see how it works. What the hell? It makes a lot of noise. It's like a mini feller buncher, like a really mini one. Get down on hands and knees cutting it off with a chainsaw, so I'm a fan of it. Let's try hitting some of this stuff over here. This particular dump trailer is like a standard 14K. Nothing too extremely special about it. There's a couple things in the con category with it, is the fact that it's a dump trailer. It is like 2 frames worth of trailer. So there's the bottom of the box, subframe, and then the hitch frame. I don't know if I said that wrong, but it makes it really tall. The other companies like Diamond C, they got them lowered, and they're really actually pretty nice, because you don't need it that high. But I've held 12,000 pounds worth of gravel in this, so technically I could put the excavator in there and haul that thing. But one thing that kind of hindsight, it's got a 14 footer because it's easy to maneuver, but I don't think a 16 would have been too far out of the question, and it would have worked out good for hauling equipment that's a little bit bigger. I think it would have worked out real nice. So that's in later on. And another thing right here is the hinge point. It's got a lot of overhang, so when that starts to tilt, this comes down, and if you're like a speed bump or something right here, I don't know, anything sticking up, that thing will drag and it'll rip your tail lights off. So you got to watch out for that. Another thing, being that it's a 14 footer, the axles are kind of a little bit too centered. They need to be back a couple inches, get a little bit more tongue weight. That way for hauling a piece of equipment, it's not so much balanced in the center. But yeah, she does the job though. We might upgrade, sell this one. I don't know. Don't use it that much anymore. You always got to keep a solar charger on it too. There's that spot that I hit with that little, I don't even know what you would call it, weed eater skill saw thing. Cut all those old trees around the sign. There's a bunch of gravel right there. I piled it right there, and he did a couple passes with the mulcher, and she's done. So this job's all complete. I'll put I need to grab a after photo, because this one you couldn't, this was all extremely thick right here. You couldn't see nothing. I'm in Dad's truck right now. 2001 VP44. It's a cab and chassis truck with the old MV 4500. He's got, look how many miles he's got on this thing. $157,000. I know there'll be a lot of controversy between, you know, die-hard gooseneck people and just a bumper pole. It fits certain situations. For instance, I think the only benefit that I would see in this trailer right here being bumper pull is if I was hauling like a bigger Kubota wheel tractor with a loader on the front that was going to stick out the back because I couldn't fit it in here, or else I couldn't get enough tongue weight. The benefit of the gooseneck is I could lift the loader arm up, set it up on the gooseneck, everything. I would get my weights forward, get it all fit in here. DOT wouldn't frown against it. But how this one is, I just kind of got to let it ride out there if I hold a wheel tractor or put it in backwards. I've hauled the John Deere 110 in this with the backhoe on it, which weighs about 7,000-8,000 pounds, something like that. Put the boom all the way aside, back it all the way up to the front, and that wasn't bad. But that all fell back into the same situation of the axles being too much on the center, so I had tongue weight, but it felt like I wanted to teeter a little bit. But comment below what you guys preference between a bumper pole and a gooseneck for the dump trailer. Another perk with a gooseneck is I'd have a toolbox up here for all my straps, but if I'm going to be strapping logs or something in here, it does me no good to have the straps up there. I'd rather have them in the box down here on the truck. So I'm going to get this thing unloaded. Dad's firing up the track lift right now. We got to take out a couple little oaks. I'm going to throw all the firewood in here, haul it home. The job we were just on is that road right down the street. So one other thing you got to take into consideration for a dump trailer, being a Swiss Army knife, it's almost like a skid steer. This and a skid steer, you can do a lot of damage right there. But you got to think, if you're going to have a trailer that can handle every little job, this thing actually weighs quite a bit. So even though it's a 14,000 rated rig, the trailer weighs 4,500 pounds empty. So he got 9,500 pounds technically worth of payload, minus you get tongue weight and stuff like that. You got to consider that when you're purchasing one of these. I don't know if it's going to look nearly as impressive on camera, but that is damn steep. I think it's the steepest a 12's ever gone up right there. Hoss said take the weed eater to it. I said I'll try something else. I think I'll try that chainsaw weed eater thing for in between those, because I can't get those. For everybody tuning in to watch the actual work, this is the second job with the spider lift on it. I looked yesterday, it's got 20 hours on it since he bought it. But he's taking that tree down. I'm gonna take the blue guy and pack all the brush down there. You guys just saw me weed eat this hillside with the 12. Set you guys up on time lapse here. Kind of funny, the last time you were here, mulched up this T-post, and the homeowner put it down here on a tarp to cover up this burn pile so it wouldn't get wet. Found half of it, but mulched up the rest. Got ourselves a big old load of oak. Oh yeah. We worked at this place a couple of times before. Every time we worked here, it was just my dad and I. He had a climbing belt and a chipper. We just chip it wherever, but now just brought the blue thing. This used to be super overgrown. He mulched it quite a few years back, but packing it all down here, throwing it in a big pile. Grind it up with the 12. That tree that you guys saw him time lapse from was right there. Went up that slope, which is actually pretty impressive that the 12 went up and down that. Took out a handful of little trees right here. There's the slope that you guys saw me going up and down. And we've been here for like 6 hours. Place looks completely different. Use the little weed eater cutter some more. V-Belt thinks he's 42 feet up right now. At least 14 anyway. As soon as he wraps up doing some dead lemon out of them trees, we're done, I think. Unless they add something else. They've added a couple things so far. Take the dump trailer home, dump the thing, grab a big trailer and come back and get the blue thing and the 12. Dad's got the trailer right here for the lift. Go ahead and unload this. Wasn't that heavy of a load. One thing about the tailgates is they do have an option to swing out, like what I'm going to do. But then also for spreading gravel, they have a thing down here. You hit this and it hinges from the top so that you can spread gravel easier. You don't have to worry about these. But what sucks about these, some of them, they kind of stick out a little bit farther when they're tucked out. This one's not bad. I've actually, when loads stuck out the back, I just strapped these to the side and it wasn't a problem. They got a little D-ring to hitch right here, to hook. But you got to open those things up before you back up into a tight spot, like right here. Couldn't open them because that wood's in the way. So we'll go ahead and back this up. Another option I didn't really consider, but when we got this one, I kind of picked one out because we were going to get one like that week. And they had one in stock with the boards on the side, which isn't a bad idea because if you damage this, you just replace the board. It's not that big a deal. Like what I was talking about earlier, trailer's kind of in a dip right there. That tail will touch, so that's something to look for when you're purchasing one of these. This is a TNT trailer. I don't know too much about this brand at all, other than someone had one local and it was in stock. Seems to be a newer thing is they would have one cylinder up front instead of that scissor mechanism for the dump unit. The newer ones, This video will be for the people that are trying to buy one of these right now and trying to find a little bit of information on it beforehand. See how the frame is? It's this big tubing, big square. Looks like C-channel on the back. Very simple suspension, equalizer. Ain't too much. Doesn't actually have that much room to play right there. Most of the time, like this, it's doing a little bit of a wheelie. The equalizer is always kind of real close on the back one. Again, it does have a remote control, but it's in my other truck. Works decent, not great. Well, in regards to anybody that might be concerned and say, well, you just don't tow goosenecks enough, or you don't have enough experience with goosenecks. I literally tow goosenecks all the time. That is primarily all I tow. There's 3 of them right there, and it's kind of nice going back to a bumper pull. It's really easy to maneuver. The way it tracks behind you is nice. It doesn't cut the corner near as bad. As far as something like this, if you had a business starting out, you needed a trailer, you needed a truck, you needed a piece of equipment like a skid steer or something, if you could fit it inside the dump trailer. Now they have made, you know, decent upgrades since we bought this one. You can get 20K rated bumper pull dump trailer. As long as your truck can handle it, the trailer can handle it, no problem. Get it nice and get a wide one. You get the skid steer package. You can fit your equipment inside the bed. Now that's nice. That eliminates having to have a tractor trailer, and that also allows you to have something that dumps, because having a dump trailer is pretty much a game changer. When we first got this, it was kind of a spare of the moment kind of thing. We're like, oh, we could use one, and man, we used the crap out of this thing. Hauled equipment in it and everything, but everything now is a little bit bigger. Today's job, we had the smaller stuff, but like the TL12, that thing, technically I could put it in here. It's barely wide enough, but I could not have the mulcher head in it. It would be overloaded. It'd be real close even with the just the machine by itself. But like this little guy right here, this is a 16-foot tilt. It's 14K trailer also, but it's got a gooseneck on it. There's not really too much of an advantage by having this thing as a gooseneck. Still a 14K trailer. I upgraded to 17.5 wheels, but it almost would be better just as a bumper pull, because the big thing that really hurts this is, which is also still kind of a good thing, like I was talking about for putting stuff up on the neck, like your loader bucket. I don't know where the Kubota's at. There's a wheel tractor around here somewhere. I've done that, and it works out nice because you can fit a bigger tractor more or less on a smaller space. But like, if to load a pickup on here, there technically is enough room to put a Dodge pickup on here, but I can't get far enough forward on the length. So things to consider. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment below what your idea is for a dump trailer. If you'd rather go bumper pull, or if you'd rather go gooseneck, let me know, and let me know why, because that's pretty much my reasoning. It's just so much easier to maneuver, allows a lot of bed space for throwing anything else up there that I might need. I could put a piece of attachment up there, bucket, mulcher head, something else. If I was towing the gooseneck, I couldn't put anything other than what I pretty much already have on there. So I like how this setup is. Wouldn't mind dropping it down like the Diamond C is, upgrading the tires and wheels, axles, and going to a 16-foot. That's my only real complaint about this thing, is it could be a 16-footer. Other than that, pretty good trailer. Still doing the job. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day.